Hi, this is a bit of a spoiler alert for the video that follows that talks about the astrological signature, the energetic signature for the coming month. This spoiler alert is necessary because I kind of don't give you the real news about the month ahead until about halfway through. What happened is I started the video with a really strong sense of the astrological of the energetic signature, really. And then I realized partway through that I hadn't actually checked something to make sure that my intuition was correct. So I stopped it partway through and then started again. You'll see, it's not hard to miss. But since I also work as a psychic as well as an astrologer, fortunately, my intuition was as I expected it to be, very well supported by the astrological aspects. So right now, I'll give you the overview for what you'll hear more of in the coming video ahead. Um, the uh, the basic message of the video ahead is that we start this new year, 2013, with a bit of a hangover, as it were, from last year, and this has to do with the intense aspects around the 21st and around the full moon on the 28th, and these intense aspects brought up issues that have been part of the energetic signature for 4 years, and the moon cycle continues until the new moon on January 11th. And the new moon should start a new signature, but the nature of the aspects at that time are such that they kind of continue it in some way or another. And these aspects can leave us feeling drained or sort of exhausted, some anxiety, or even sort of depressed. Not everybody will feel this, and not everybody will feel it to the same degree, but everybody will feel it to some degree or another in some part of their life. It's actually good. The aspects can be good for certain areas of your life, like work, for example, for putting a lot of energy into some work, although the rewards may come later. But it's good for certain things. But we can rarely in life just focus on one thing. So that aspects create that sort of they support that kind of tension of feeling like a little out of control and a little exhausted and a little unsettled, a little or more unsettled, which none of us like to feel. It's an uncomfortable feeling. And we've been dealing with these aspects in some way or another for the past 4 years, so that brings on the exhaustion. You'll see in the next video in which I'm wearing a different shirt, and I'll talk about the same thing. But that's the basic message as we move into this energetic signature. And the good news is that it is more about feeling this way rather than it is necessarily about things being bad. And again, it does change. Of all months, it changes in February. So enjoy the video ahead, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hello. Today I'm going to talk a bit about the current astrological aspects and the astrological aspects for this month of January. Eventually I do plan to put out something about 2013, but right now it seems more important to address what's going on currently. In order to talk about what's happening now, we have to talk about some of the events of the last month, some of the astrological signatures, the energetic signatures of the last month. And we had on the 21st, we had powerful aspects around the winter solstice, and those have an ongoing effect for a while. And then I think it was on the 28th with the full moon was in Cancer, which also touched off the challenging astrological aspects that are already present, that have been present for some time. Now, the effects of a full moon, that's the coming together that's supposedly the peak of a certain kind of experience that started with the new moon. But those effects linger at least for 2 weeks, and then on into and sometimes there's still an ongoing development as within the next moon as well. But these were challenging astrological aspects, and for most people, for many people I've been talking about, these particular holidays were very difficult. At best, they felt kind of flat, and at worst, there were truly stressful situations to deal with, and despair, anxiety, stress, worry, fear, all of the good things. Um, so if you only felt flat, you did well. Um, the this is this is something you will be happy to know that many people have experienced, and it is one can relate it back to these challenging aspects and to the same. This is the same energetic signature that we've been dealing with already for 4 years, since 2008. And I think many of us then feel like, oh my God, how many more years of this, like off and on, the kind of stressors that have arisen, um, and the way that they drain us, and like the ongoing issues that arise, can feel overwhelming, and it can feel like I don't know what to do. So those feelings may last for a little bit longer, for another. There may be some intensity still around those feelings for another week or so, and then we move into a new moon phase where we start to have another experience. So, what, might you ask, does this new moon in January, on I think, what is it, January 11th? Yeah, January 11th. What does it bring? Well, my my expectation for the energetic signature and how it develops over the next month or so is that most of the month of January is going to be sort of difficult, as improbable as it seems by the end of the month of January. And as we go into February, which is typically, one of the months that most people find difficult, there is actually a lightening of the mood. But the new moon is in Capricorn. It's towards the end of Capricorn, but there are a lot of planets in Capricorn, and they too touch off, these kind of like this sense of upheaval and challenging emotions, and how much more can I take it, that kind of feeling. We are helped by a few positive aspects, and fortunately, there are still some of the positive spiritual aspects. It's not a time to abandon that yet. And I think one of the important aspects that happen is best summed up by a phrase that a good friend of mine, one of her mentors, actually said to her at a time when she was going through difficulty, and that she said to me, which is that, she said, Melissa, you can do hard things. As times seem hard, and they may seem hard, unless you're one of the lucky few for whom it is flowing, and there are a few of you. But it's important to remember that you can do hard things. You've done them before, and you can do them again. And sometimes the hard thing is just to be present with what's happening, because it too will pass. All right. Sorry to give you the news that this is a bit of a difficult month, a bit of a downer in terms of how it feels, but that doesn't mean that bad things are happening. It just means that it's difficult to feel that you have a footing, and that's an uncomfortable place for all of us. And it does get better. All right, I will talk to you soon, either with some forecasts or predictions or discussion about 2013, or with some information about the energetic signature as we move into the next phase. Talk to you soon. Bye.